busting her. Can't bring home a treat, my mama told me you not cuffing her. No, that's not my bitch, like, oh my God, I'm just fucking her.
This is my pops, this is the man, this is the myth, this is a legend, this is my idol.
What's happening, man?
So how you doing?
Y'all can do a special question. Anything you want to ask my dad right here.
What is it like? What has it been like raising him? And what has been the toughest part?
I guess it's been a wonder raising him, man, because you know, when you go through things in life as a father, like your father, you know, and you see the things that hindered you, you know, because you got the same genes as your daddy. If you look back on some of the things that you do wrong, you just look at your pops. So it was more easier for me to tell him, hey, this is why you feel this way. This is why you're going through this. I did the same thing. And he soaked those things up. And when he soaked those things up, he listened to him, and it was more easier for him to correct the things that he was doing wrong. He listened. And he was aware. You know what I'm saying? Being aware, when you're aware, dude, you can do anything. You know what I'm saying? And he listened, bro. I be sitting back, I like all the juice. I call it juice. You know, every family got juice in their family. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you got to find that juice, bro. You got to be able to find it, but it comes from sitting down, talking about, you know, your great grandfather, your mother, her mother, and you figure out the generational curses and the weaknesses and the strengths of your family, your last name, who you are. Find out who you are first. I had to let him know who he was, what he came from. And I told him stories, you know what I'm saying, about his great grandfather, his grandmother, you know, back in the 60s, you know what I'm saying? Back when things was very hard for our people, you know what I'm saying? Right. And our gene and my family, you know, the Browns, they were strong people, bro. And it took me a long, because I didn't know my dad. So it was very important for me to talk to him and have communication with him and make him aware of what he built from, what he is, and how powerful he could be once you find out your generational curses and everything. And then he better than me. Everything that I did, he turned that shit up higher than me. You know what I'm saying? So that's all you got to do, man. And another thing is, if you got nieces and nephews, and man, make sure you keep them up under your wing, man. Because one thing about it is, it's a secret positiveness in that shit, bro. When you look out for the ones that's underneath you, your brothers, your sisters, your mama, and everything else, and when you get that shit in order, everything else gonna be more powerful for you. Because you gotta have a team once you make it. You gotta have you know what I'm saying? You always look out for the ones in your family, bro. The nieces, the little ones, the ones, because that's what the universe wants.
Right.
You gotta have them little ones up under you ready. One day you're gonna be older. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna want them to carry that last name, man. Your last name is who you are. Find out what you come from and what you are, and you mix that sauce, bro. You mix it. And you mix that motherfucker to that shit just smells so good, bro. Everybody eating good. Everything, you know, eating out the pot, baby. We one team, we one family, we one unit. Right. And you build your legacy like that, man. From the ground up when nobody can't fuck with you. And you're going to be all right, man. I can look at you and tell you a soldier already.
Got you. Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What would you say was like raising me, though?
Raising you was, man, that nigga was hard-headed at first. He listened. But I had to stay on him, man. He was something else, bro. Like the nigga went, you know, graduation day, just show you how he is. His graduation, he stood up in front of all these people and said, you know, I pretty much don't want to go to college. I want to be a rapper. Now imagine how everybody else looking at this shit like, what the hell? You know how people do in the beginning.
Yeah.
But that's like how I am. We on some unorthodox shit, some very unpredictable people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just had to really it made me see like, damn, man, like I didn't know my pops, but I see how I am, and he got the same live wire. But when you can tame that live wire, it's a beautiful thing to see, man. But yeah, he was a little knucklehead, man. He wanted to do it his way at times.
He taught me like one, he instilled me being a leader and just kept me out of shit, kept me away from chain gang, all that shit. That's a big reason niggas don't play with
Yeah,
us.
man. Yeah, that chat had
All
to
the
let him know how
stories,
that shit
all the
was,
stories,
man.
bro.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all should get a story, bro. You should tell him a story, bro. The interview.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
listen.
what's the craziest story about like raising Tyrone? Like, what's like the one moment where you were like,
Mhm.
oh yeah, he's gonna make it somewhere someday, like as something.
Well, when I first saw it was the leadership. When I, you know, because he's not the oldest, and it would be times where, you know, because, you know, me and his mother, we separate. Well, we got a divorce, so, you know, I'm on the outside. You know, it's pretty much like when you in the football game. I was in the bleachers. I had to watch him on the field and watch what he do because I wasn't in the home. So I had to sit him down and talk to him, and he had challenges with that. He was going through things where he didn't understand why I got to be the leader, why I got to be the oldest. And I had to let him know,
I'm not even the oldest.
because you are the leader. It's in you, man. And when he finally got that, it made me proud. And I knew then, I said, this cat got the juice. And then through the nappy process, I call the nappy process, like when you start getting your dreads, you know how in the beginning to look real nappy and ugly and shit, your edges all nappy, be looking fresh.
Yeah.
Part where he was in his closet, man, this joker wouldn't come out that motherfucker like for 2-3 days at a time. Nigga ain't bathing. I come in his room, motherfucking chicken bones and shit up under the bed and all kind of. But that was his in the dungeon process. He was molding himself for patience and perseverance. You know what I'm saying? And I saw him doing it on his own. I saw the man in him. I could look in his eyes. You know what I'm saying? And I could see this little nigga gonna be a warrior. He gonna be a warrior. And then I started seeing him slowly while I was watching his music. And he came to me and one day he said, you know, how should I rap? How should I said, you just gotta be you, man. Like that thug shit, that ain't you, but we that pit bull, but we not out there flaunting it. You know, we gonna protect us like we ain't no gangster niggas, you know what I'm saying? But we not to be messed with. So I said, you just be yourself, son. Just be yourself. Be who you are. And man, he took it and made it. You see the way I'm talking, it could be, you know, it's a certain limit of how much game I could give. But with him, his shit don't stop, bro. And that's when I knew. That's when I knew. I said, wow, man, I can take my hands off of him. They ain't off of him. You know, a papa gonna always be floating around like a hawk in the sky over his kids.
Yeah.
But this cat here, man, he taking the juice, man, and he making it more powerful. He adding sugar in that motherfucker, little lemon. He just saucing it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's when I knew this cat was gonna be. He the man, man. He the man. You know, we ain't perfect. You know, we still living and learning, but he's on the right track of becoming, you know, somebody that I want to be able to help people at the same time. When you get on your platform, yeah, the money gonna be there, but you want to be able to help. Our people need help, man. And that comes from every color, just not black. Every nationality, man. It's a lot of broken homes and, you know, nieces and nephews and little sisters and little brothers out there that's looking for leaders, man. And the shit just eat me up inside, man. So take this platform and make people aware of if they the big brother, they the little brother, and you got that juice in you, man, huddle your team up. Huddle your team up. That's really what it's all about. And I'm gonna tell you this too, and I'm gonna get off. That thing that you got in your house, in your kitchen, that wooden table is the power to success. People forgot about that wooden table where you sit down and you eat breakfast together and you eat dinner together and you sit down and you talk about, well, how's your day, mama? How's your day, brother? You see how I'm talking a lot about family? People ain't on this shit, bro. But that wooden table, everybody got one, but they got away from it, man. Get back to that wooden table, man. Eat breakfast with your family. Eat dinner with your family. Even if it's twice a week or something, sit down and talk, express yourself. It's going to give you a hidden power that you didn't even know where it came from.
Gotcha. Thank you for the wise words. Thank you.
Yeah, nah, because I want my fans to beat the show. You got to tell your one of your craziest prison stories. Because that shit's
okay.
You were in prison?
Yeah, I did some time, bro. I was one of them. You know, when they say I wanted to be a gangster. You know, I left home when I was 16 years old, man. And I was in them streets, bro. And you know, back then, you know what I'm saying? It ain't like it wasn't no internet, it wasn't all this stuff, man. And when that Dre CD, that Snoop and that Dre CD came out, the Chronic,
Yeah.
NWA, you know, I grew up on, you know, Ice Cube, everything was gangster, and they was leaders to me. Michael Jordan, like we wanted them shoes, we wanted to shine, man, and you know, I wanted that life. And then when they dropped that Medicine Society movie out, you know the movie I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That old dog, man, that shit like injected me. I thought I was old dog for real. I'm talking about, I thought I was running off in them stores. I was running off in them stores just like that, man. It wasn't, if we laugh, I could laugh about it now, but I feel bad, man, for a lot of people that I scared. I'm glad I never hurted nobody, but I ended up getting caught. Man. I had my little crew, and I wanted to be a gangster. Okay, you want to be a gangster, nigga? Okay. So when you first go to jail, when you get a level 7 crime, it take you a while before you go to court, and they send you to a diagnostic center here in Georgia, where they learn what type of prison they're gonna send you to. So the diagnostic center in there, you in there with murderers, killers, pedophiles. You on the bus with everybody. When you get on that bus, when you leave from your county jail, you go to the diagnostic center. So when I went to the diagnostic center, the first thing they did was we got off the bus, and I'll never forget this, man. And this is what I told him. This is when I knew you wanted to be this. And I did. I succeeded in this. I succeeded at being a gangster. And let me tell you where it got me. They told us to get off the bus. It was about 50 of us. Everybody get butt ass naked. Stand in the line and get this close to each other. So you got a dick close to your ass. Then in front of you, behind you, you got a dick.
Yeah.
You got a dick right here behind your ass. Then you this way, and you got an ass. So you got the officer in your face, spitting in your face. Oh, you young must spitting. So if you move, you gonna put your wood on a nigga ass, or if you move back, you gonna have your ass in the dick. So that's when I knew.
Yeah.
This shit is for real. It ain't no mama, ain't none of that shit. It's time to man up. It's time to be, it's for real, man. You go through the soup line, bro. You got dudes whistling at you, and you got the dudes that been in there for years and years that's ready to get in your ass and ready to take your commissary. Like you at war, my nigga. That's that gangster. Yeah. Oh, I wanted that though, but I wanted that gangster.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's a whole nother story when you out here, when you kids on these internet, and I'm not a big internet person. And he teaching me, trying to be like, I need to change my ways, and I'm trying. But I see how they hide behind this camera and this mic, this putting they saying all this shit. On the internet. Yeah, and then when they meet up with somebody, they make the wrong move and they pulling out these guns like they gangster. But then when you get into that world, man, it's for real. It's real deal Holyfield, bro.
Right.
And a lot of us is not built from that shit. Mm-hmm. You think about a lot of these kids going in here come from good homes. They just, upset. The mom and daddy may divorced, or they not being treated right, and they make bad decisions. They cling to their friends and they make bad choices. And then they go to the Thunderdome. They go to where the real gangsters at. And if you ain't strong enough to make it through, obviously you can see I made it through that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it was a hard fight, bro. It was a hard fight, but I learned a lot from it. I learned a lot, and I put that all in him. I said, you don't want that gangster shit.
You raise a good man. He's been a great friend to me since we've been young.
I appreciate the story. I appreciate the story, man. That was...
Yeah, man. Hey, man, I'm glad y'all asked me, bro. Like, man,
I'm telling you, it's gonna go up. Just because, like, it's the real deal, bro. Like, it's authentic, bro. You can't fake that shit. But that's a big reason why I don't preach that shit to nobody. I'm staying away from that shit. And bro, that's just a light story, nigga. This shit.
Yeah, it's so crazy, man. It's, like, I remember when the judge told me, he said, when I went to court, he said, Mr. Brown, you have now been sentenced to, this was in 1993, 92 and 93. He said, you have been sentenced to 60 months in the state correctional facility. And you see, I look kind of young. Just imagine how I looked when I was 19.
Right.
You have been sentenced to 60 months. And I stood there, man. And I'm sitting there counting on my hand, like, what the fuck, nigga? I'm like, damn, that's 1998, nigga. This, like, that's like somebody telling you now you ain't getting out until
2028.
2028, and
Yeah.
you young. And he said, if you try to escape, you will be shot in your back with a shotgun. He told me that shit, bro.
Jesus.
Man, real life shit, bro.
Yeah.
And then when nobody comes to see, my mom ain't come see me, man. Like, it wasn't no business, bro. It was like I had to goddamn turn into a man for real. I'm talking about doing 1,000 push-ups a day, cuz getting my weight up, eating. These motherfuckers don't want your vegetables. I'm taking everybody. Like I used that mental. I was reading books in that motherfucker. I built my mind. And I that was the strongest I ever was in my whole life. And when I got out, I look at it like this. My opinion, my gene was so strong. When I got out, I started my own business. I bought my first home. I got married to his mama, and I had him. So the genes, my genes was at their best when I popped this nigga ass out. You understand what I'm saying?
I see
This nigga made us some superstar. I mean, this nigga did this shit. I be looking, I'm like, bro, I built this shit, nigga.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? You know, I could go for days and days, man. But y'all, man, I'm proud of y'all, man. I don't know what y'all do, but I can tell, man, y'all got the eye of the tiger in your eyes. Y'all look hungry like some wolves. I could just look at him. Y'all ready, man.
I appreciate you, sir.
Yeah, man. Just stay humble, man. Love your mama, man. Just love your daddy, love your nieces, love your brothers and your sisters around you, man. And you're gonna see a different type of energy, bro. And this another thing. Always respect your elders in the way of, like, when I walk in the grocery store, if I see an old woman, man, and she pushing the cart by herself, you need to break your neck running to help this lady. Open the door for her. Dude, you see an old lady getting gas at the Quick Trip, pay for a gas. Just, I'm telling you, bro, it's something special in these hidden things that will help you elevate you. And I don't know if y'all ever heard anybody talk like this, but this shit worked, bro. Me just being a person that would help others. And I didn't even know I was doing this shit, but it's always been the type of person where I think about others before myself. Even though I was a knucklehead and I did the things I did, I always tried to be like a Robin Hood type motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if you could take that and elevate it, and y'all look very intelligent. So if you could take a little bit of this, man, this little bit of juice, and sprinkle this shit, and you know, give it to your little kids, give them a little Capri Sun a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I be telling them. Give your these some little Capri Suns, man. Give them this juice, brother. Build your blueprint for your family. Your last name means something, man.
Yes, sir.
Y'all elders up there looking down. They want somebody to be the champ of y'all family. Your last name, whatever it is, what's your last name?
Me, Kayongo.
Mine is Scales.
Oh, he spoke.
What's yours?
Kayongo.
That's some Pakayango. What the fuck you talking about, boy? That's powerful, man.
Appreciate
You
it.
got some your granddaddies them up there, man. They watching you now. They want you to be the leader of the generation, man. And what's the other one? What's your last name?
Scales.
Scales. That's powerful. That's like a hidden powerful one there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Bruh, that shit power, man. Your last name, you know what I'm saying, is powerful. When you get your crib, and when y'all make it, man, have pictures up of your elders. When you got a hallway where your kids walk down, this was your great grandfather. He did this. Have a story, and you'll never die. When your kids have kids, you will never die if you do this. If you do these things, you will all be talked upon as a champion. You understand?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, fellas. God bless y'all, man. Y'all stay up.
Made me spill a shit. Demon time. Now y'all niggas.